I just wanted to talk about loneliness and boredom. But before I do that, I just wanted to wish everyone a happy new year and just peace and blessings to you all. Okay, with the topic of loneliness and boredom, what I found in my own observation of people that suffer from it is I believe that, or I seen there's a sense of that they are kind of mysterious to themselves. They don't know themselves. They don't kind of find the time to get to know themselves, or invest in any time to explore what they like or what they want out of life, or anything. They don't know anything that they kind of enjoy. They don't set goals. They just kind of go through life without ever thinking, questioning, exploring, anything like that. And I think it's tragic in a lot of ways, because if you are mysterious to yourself, then how do you know what you like, or what makes you come alive, or what you will enjoy, or anything like that. So it's essential that we find, or we kind of explore ourselves and get to know the person that you see in the mirror every single day. What I've found in my own life is that I've never suffered from loneliness. I've never had boredom in my life, because I believe I've got all these kind of creative outlets that I enjoy doing, and I've been someone who for the past 10 years have been working on themselves, physically, spiritually, mentally, in every way. And I am very comfortable with my own skin. I am very I enjoy my own company. So I've never experienced, boredom or loneliness or any of that. I've got far too many things on my plate to actually notice anything like that. When I do have time, I've invested in myself, so I catch up on reading, or finding, or kind of listening to motivational videos, or see where I am with my goals, and what I try and plan the whole year. So it's kind of even if I'm saving towards something, it's done on a monthly review. So I've got my 3 children to look after and to think about, and as those of us with children, it's it's full on, whether it's the homework, or it's the PE, or their clubs, or appointments, or whatever. So it's kind of full on. Before I had children, I used to think my life will kind of revolve around, or their life will kind of revolve around my life. But it seems like it's the other way around. I'm the one that's having to cancel things because it's not suitable for them. So with all my hobbies and interests and the things I want to do and achieve, and to working on my house, or I want to become a herbalist, so that's another study that I'm doing, and doing 2 courses in a college, and all of those things. I don't really have any notion of what loneliness is. I also don't really, I believe it's a state of mind. So maybe it's something they put in their mind, or maybe it's an energy they give out. But in all aspects, I think once that those sort of people work on themselves, I don't think they would have the time of day to think about other people, and they will kind of find goals and things to do, and I believe the reason they don't know, or they don't have anything they should be doing, or they don't know what they're into, is because they don't know themselves in a deep sense. And it's just critical to get to know yourself in a deep level, and then to question yourself and see what sort of person you are, what you enjoy doing, and what you want to achieve in life, and all that good stuff. And try and not be a people-pleasing person, someone who I don't know, will go along with friends and even family sometimes just because they ask you to. I don't do anything that doesn't fulfill me or makes me happy or any of that. So you have to have a very strong mindset, and take care of yourself first, get to know yourself, start writing some goals down, and have some sort of purpose and discipline in your life, whether it's saving money or just anything that you want to work towards. Also, I think, or I believe, I really believe in the universal energies, and that the world is governed, and if you put out, I believe if you put out this kind of needy energy that says, come, I'm bored and I've got nothing else to do but to be in your space, to people energetically, then people start running away from you. And what you need to do actually is not try. I know that sounds a bit strange, but you have to picture running after people. You have to picture yourself running after people, and then because you're running, they're also running away from you. But if you stop, they walk and come back towards you. So this is how it works energetically. And you also you have to be okay with your own skin. You have to be kind of content with your own company. I mean, seriously, if you fear your own company, then you're in a bad company. It's quite tragic, because I've always been someone who enjoys, and I think I've got that in common with a lot of artists and with a lot of people around the world. I enjoy what I do. It could just be cooking sometimes, all the time actually. When I'm cooking, I like to kind of be inventive, and I love to put a lot of love and a lot of energy into my cooking. So because it's food that's nourishing myself and my children, it's cooked with a lot of positivity and a lot of love and a lot of nurture. And but once you're comfortable with your own self and you're working on your goals and you're doing all these kind of like self-development things, whether it's listening to motivational videos or doing research, or I don't know, setting goals or doing some sort of sports, or maybe creating companies and all those sort of things, what it allows you to do is you have no time for people. And so people will call you and they will text you and they will look for you. I have never been, even when I was younger, I've never been someone who runs after people, because I just think I have always been very comfortable with my own company. And, when I finish my duties and the things I need to achieve on that day, if I've got an hour or two, excuse me, I will just do things that I've been meaning to do, like I say, finishing up a book, or writing my diary, or working on the podcast, or just things. I would kind of go through my goals, see what's working, what isn't working, what's coming along, what needs a bit more time, some projects that I have that just need funding. There's so much. I also love learning about everything and anything, especially if it's like herbs and spices, because I really want to become a herbalist in the future, and I'm already doing well in that course, and open my own herbalist shop. So there's so much to be doing, there's so much to be studying and learning and exploring. And like Jim Rohn said, he said, goals, we don't just achieve goals. I don't know what the quote was, but he said, we don't just achieve goals for the sake of achieving them. We achieve them because of what we will become, in the process of you doing all of these things. The type of person you become is very important, and you're always learning, observing, exploring, expanding. And that's the way you should see life. And we all have 24 hours a day, so it's such a short window, and by the time you take off your sleep and your work time, there isn't really a lot of hours in the day to be bored or sit around, anyway. So just use your time wisely, and also everything is a mindset first. I believe if you practice self-love and you forgive yourself and you forgive others and you really nurture yourself, and there's a lot, and you accept yourself, you look after yourself like you're looking after someone important, then there isn't this notion to run away from yourself. Why would you run away from your own self? The person looking at you in the mirror is the person that you spend the most time with, and most people are in their heads most of the time. So nurture that relationship, and just develop yourself, and learn from the great motivational speakers of the past. There are even many more today. Most of the books and philosophy and a lot of free knowledge is there anywhere, whether it's you just Google it or YouTube or any kind of social media platform. It's there for free. Nobody's charging you. And there's this Chinese saying that says, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I find that to be true every time I want to learn something. I always find a way that I can do. Sometimes it's in the advertisement. Sometimes a family or friend will give me a call and say they found this thing that would work out for me and all that kind of stuff. It's like this app that I'm using, the Anchor app. Well, I remember saying a few years ago or a few months ago, I've been saying for a long time that I want to have my own radio show, and I think just to kind of reach people and use the kind of knowledge that I have, and then one day I was on Facebook and I saw the Anchor app, and he explained everything, and so I went on to the App Store and I downloaded it, and I was so excited. I told everyone and the family, oh my God, it's like, having my own radio station or, radio show. And it's never let me down. I think at the beginning I initially thought I would use it as a diary for my own thoughts and for my own feelings and perspective and things like that. But what I wanted to also do was share it with the world and just let people hear that, they're not the only one who have, issues or problems or struggling or, any of that. And so that's really my take on it. But I do believe what you give out energetically is how the world sees, is what the world sees. So please make sure that you don't have this kind of desperation attitude or energy about you, because you will repel people and they will start running away from you. Have an attitude of, do you know who I am? Like you own the place. Have that kind of importance. I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I was telling how although we're kind of made to believe, don't judge a book by its cover. That's nonsense, because most of us judge people by the cover, i.e. the clothes they wear. So obviously you can tell the businessman from the homeless man. You even can tell, you can tell what class a certain person is from just by the way they speak. I just wanted to share this. But what do you think an interview is about? Do you think the interview, any interview, you think it's about what? Your experience. They already have your CV. Why would a company would like to meet you first? Is to see what you look like physically, and have a little talk with you. But it's mostly physical. This is why we dress up for an interview, and you get a haircut and you do whatever you have to do. So interview has nothing to do with what you've studied or what's on that CV. They want to see the physical whatever physical aspect of you. And so although we're kind of made to believe in books and legendary stories, don't judge a book by its cover and all that stuff. We actually do judge people by what they wear, by the way they talk. You see a lot of sadly it's happening. I'm just stating the fact here, but it does happen. It shouldn't, of course, but it does happen. This is how the whole world kind of operates. So also there's the physical that's the physical aspect, but there's also energetic aspect where you just sense people that are clingy, or people that are desperate, or people that are, you just pick up. I can't explain how that happens, but you pick up. It's like when you're thinking of someone and then the phone rings and it's the person you've been thinking of. I tried a few months ago where I gave one of my cousin who was heavily pregnant, she fell in love with my favorite lipstick, and then I went to the shop and get the lipstick. And what was I told? Because I was so kind of eager to get that lipstick, not any other color but that specific shade. And when I got to the shop, they told me that it's been discontinued. And there I was for 2 weeks. I was just crying, and I couldn't find any other shade that would match that type of the shade that I wanted. And so anyway, after 2 weeks I completely forgotten about the lipstick, and I think I found another color, and that I could just use for the time being. And then it magically returned. After I think it was 3 months, I went back to the same shop and it was there. So it's not that the company all of a sudden decided to kind of continue the line, or I don't know what the process was, but at the time that I was searching for it, it was not there. So if you put too much focus on one thing, it never seems to work out. Once you leave it alone and you practice the law of allowing, and you kind of flow with life instead of kind of struggling, you would find a better balance. So just make sure you don't kind of show any desperation or any kind of neediness, because people don't like that and they pick up on it. Even if they don't believe in the whole energy thing, they will pick up on it. And being comfortable, it's something that there's something beautiful and attractive about someone who does their own thing. They are comfortable in their own skin. They are just their own person, they enjoy their own company. I think there's something beautiful about that, and we should all strive to develop that kind of state, because it's really healthy, and it's irresistible. It really is. And that person has, and you have to also have this kind of magicness about you, that you have options. Say you've got 5 friends, and you just do your own thing, and one of them says, let's go out and do this and stuff. Put it in your calendar, but don't be so my life depends on it kind of desperation. Be flexible. People cancel plans all the time, so have this attitude of it. If it is cancelled, then I've got plan B, and plan your plan B. And also just flow with life. People cancel, plans change, all that kind of stuff happens. So don't make it sound like it's the end of the world if something hasn't come through, or if you have setbacks in your goals, or I don't know, whatever thing that you're experiencing. I couldn't give a monkey's about attitude. We'll see if you can work with it, but don't be devastated by it. It's only a setback, and people will find you irresistible. They will find you mysterious and alluring and sort of really mythical. And I love all those qualities, because the type of the person that I'm describing is actually me, because I've never felt lonely, or I've never experienced boredom. I don't know what they are, and I hope I never do. But I work so hard with myself, to get to know myself, to explore the world, to do all these amazing stuff. I haven't got time to be bored, and I haven't got time to be lonely. If there's I have the opposite. I tell you, I'll be honest with you guys, I have the opposite. So I think what most people have. I have family and friends that I'm like, oh my God, they will call or, text or whatever, and I just want to have time on my own. And there's people out there in the world who feel lonely and feel like their phone is not ringing. But it's the energy they put in the phone call, the importance. I don't really put a lot of importance in anything. I just think if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, I've also got X, Y, and Z planned, So you kind of flow through flow your way through life. That was a difficult one, but and I think it's the law of allowing is really beautiful when you just use it in the right way, and just don't be so bothered. Nothing is ever that important. These things that you worry about, in a few months' time, you won't even remember what they were. So don't give a lot of importance. Work on yourself, and get to know yourself, and bring a lot of redundant parts of yourself back out again into the open, and really analyze yourself. What makes me upset? What makes me difficult to get to know, or terrifying to talk to, or all that kind of stuff. Get to know yourself, I think, would be the best advice I would give anyone. And remember, everything we're experiencing is just a change of thoughts away, so there's no need to be frightened of your own thought. It's part of you, but it's also not exactly you. So just change it into something positive. And if you're around negative people, get out, let them go, do whatever you have to do, but make sure you're not around them. If you consume anything negative, whether it's gossip or envy, jealousy, hate, all those horrible emotions or qualities, you need to let it go. Forgive people, send them love, practice gratitude and acceptance and forgiveness and all those good qualities. First of all, you have to allow these things. You have to forgive yourself and love yourself and do things like that for yourself. But then the next stage is to, forgive those around you, love those around you, and all that good stuff. And then the third step is the world. Send love out to the world, and just practice gratitude. It will ground you, it will center you, and you will see the world in a different light. And so a lot of thank you, God, and and you could start off quite small if you want, but later on you want to extend. You want to always kind of grow when you're giving your gratitude. So you could say thank you God, for my body, for waking me up this morning, for whatever, the comfortable home or the comfortable internet or the food in the cupboard, or or it could be anything. Just keep on practicing it every single day, and say thank you to people, when you're sending a text or a voicemail or a card, or be generous and give people gifts. It could just be small things, what else? And be welcoming. If someone's going to come and visit you in your house, dress well, make sure the house is lovely and ready, and all their favorite things are available to them food-wise, and cook fresh food for them, and just be welcoming and be pleasant to be around. And it's really true. Be what you would like to receive, I think the term was, or be what you admire, and you will go a long way in life, and you would leave a trail of love and glitter everywhere you go, which is fantastic. And also do other things like, preserving the planet. So if there's recycling going on, take part in it. If there's people cleaning up the oceans, or designing technology that will clean up the oceans, or collecting clothes for the homeless, or for orphanages, or whatever charity that is kind of around in your local area, take part, and just be generous with your time, with your effort. Be honest and authentic and loving, compassionate, kind, so I just wanted to kind of cover a bit of the topic of loneliness and boredom, on here. And I just really wanted to actually see my take on the whole topic, and this is my take on it. It's my own personal kind of understanding of it, but I hope and pray that those who suffer from loneliness find a way out where they could become more creative and accept themselves, because what they're trying to do is run away from themselves, which is never a good thing. And also, if you practice gratitude, it will ground you and really center you, which is something that we should be practicing daily, maybe before you get up and before you go to bed. It's fantastic. If you have a bit of time during the day, that's also good. But be thankful for what you have. Many others, in fact millions, are not so lucky to have what you have, including your health and your home and your wealth and all the rest of it. So be thankful, and that will take you a long way. And remember, everything is a mindset. Change your mindset, and that will change your life. Always evolve, always learn, always kind of expand. Never stay still when it comes to your self-development. Remember, you're the one that's responsible, so no one's going to do it for you. And like the Greeks always say, know thyself, know yourself is a virtue, and it's become discipline. Not only get to know yourself, but become discipline, where you try and achieve everything you wrote down yearly. Have yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals. Don't waste time. Time is very precious. And appreciate everything, whether it's people, the animal, the planet, whatever. Just always and forever be in this beautiful state of mind where you appreciate everything. I always say, example, if you have when I share something on my Facebook page, and I see a lot of people sharing my post, I always write, thanks for sharing, thank you for sharing. And sometimes it's like 400, 500 different shares in the groups that I'm in, and I write every single thank you, thanks for sharing, because I really want to show that person that I appreciate it, and also it gives a lot of it gets a lot of good energy going into the universe. And I really am a great believer in what goes around comes around. So if anything is going to come around, then I want it to be good. So definitely practice gratitude. Say thank you if someone is opening the door for you, if somebody's done something for you throughout the day, whether it's a voice message or video call or email or whatever. Say thank you, and have a beautiful attitude that people always remember you by, where they, if they don't see you for a few days, they start looking for you. So yeah, have a beautiful attitude and be authentic, be you, but also um, be a light in the world, and be kind and compassionate, and loving. Be loving. It's good to love yourself. It's good to, love your family and friends and the community, and then the world. And it's good to, spread the love. So share things, like if you cooked a large meal or something, just randomly, take food to your neighbor if you know that they maybe if they live by themselves, or if they, I don't know, the elderly or something like that. Then go and share. I always do that when I make a lot of pancakes. Take it to my neighbor. They also, if they have a feast of some kind, they bring it to us, and it's really good. It's a beautiful, generous thing to do, and it also makes people think that, oh my God, they're thinking of me, and check up on people, and be mindful, be kind of stop judging, and keep growing in a beautiful way, and stop the gossip, stop talking about people, stop being negative. Don't entertain anything negative, whether it's envy, hate, jealousy, gossip, any of that nonsense. Don't entertain it. Get on with something useful in your life, and productive, and meaningful, and keep growing. But most of all, practice a lot of love, a lot of kindness, a lot of compassion for everyone, whether it's for the planet, for the animals, for the people. It doesn't really matter. And get to know yourself. Really get to know yourself. I think that's my ultimate advice for those who have experienced loneliness and boredom. Okay, I just wanted to now say goodnight, and I'll speak to you another day. Okay, bye-bye.